What's up, everybody? In this Eliza P build guide, I'm going to be covering my Cursed Knight's Halberd build. This is another quality build that's going to be great for ranged attacks and stagger damage, because with this Halberd, you essentially have a long-range weapon, long-range melee weapon, I should say, that you can just poke your enemies with. That's going to do a superb damage once you max it out completely. And it's going to maintain that massive damage output that you can get from a blunt weapon. This is actually going to be even better. Now, as the name kind of, mentions it, with this build, I am using a Cursed Knight's Halberd blade. No other handle. I got the default handle on this, with the Fable Arts being Link Slash and Guard Parry. As of right now, I didn't see a reason to swap the handles, because this is a great weapon as it is as default value. It's fairly fast, not too slow. You're going to do great damage with it, poke damage. You'll be able to handle mobs and enemies with it, no problem. This build focuses on dealing massive damage by essentially taking advantage of like charge attacks, as well as the normal attacks that are pretty fast for this type of weapon, comparable to, other blunt weapons or even heavier weapons. And there's many ways you can, do the stagger. You can use a charge attack here, which is going to be very good. You can mix in the puppet string, Legion arm if you want to do that. Or if you want to swap that out for a more trap approach with the Deus Ex Machina, laying down those mines. Or if you want, you can always go for a more defensive approach and go with the Aegis, which is going to be good for a quality build as well too, if you want that sort of like extra shield protection there and play more defensive and counter-attacking. Up to you. But I would say these three will be the best, typically for like a quality, balanced type class build. The main source of damage is going to come from the Fable Arts in this. Now, I know the Guard Parry can probably be a little bit difficult to do because of the perfect guard as well. You're going to be essentially timing stuff right with that, just like you would a perfect guard. But for those that are really good at that or enjoy that challenge, I feel like that's going to be right up your alley. More importantly, though, the more damage output you're going to get is from the Link Slash. The Link Slash will slash enemies in front of you, using an extra Fable slot to slash enemies in front once more. So similar, going to do like 6 to 8 hits, but yeah, I'll do one more, use one more Fable slot as well to do more damage. This is going to be great to do instead of the fatal attack when the enemy is staggered. You'll want to do this instead for massive damage on enemies and bosses. And then another great thing to do is, if you're using the puppet string, combine this with the puppet string. So use puppet string, do the Spider-Man type attack, and then use this Fable art to just do more damage. Even if the enemy isn't staggered, they're going to get messed up by this, either be dead or get staggered from it. Now for the character stats here, when it comes to level, it's a level 90 build. And you know the drill if you've been watching these quality build videos so far. I've pretty much been keeping the stats relatively the same. Vitality 33, Vigor 20, Capacity 24 elite or 25. Motivity is going to be 22 with the help of the amulet, makes it 26. Technique, same thing. It's going to be at least 22, but with help of an amulet, make it 26. Leave advance alone where it's at. And I'll say this again, starting class is going to be balance. Amulets, going to use the Chaos Amulet +1, unless you don't want to mess with that. You want to dump some more points to capacity, so you don't have to use the amulet. That's fine. The universal amulet here I use is the Patience Amulet for that stamina recovery speed. It's fantastic. And of course, the Strength Amulet and Technique Amulet. But I'll obviously switch one of those out if you want, for certain damage types, if you're going against humans, carcasses, or even puppets, up to you. Especially against certain enemy types, it's going to be helpful. Defensive parts, got the F350 frame, great physical damage reduction rate, and then of course with the capacity, the large capacities here, the LADAs are going to be swapping between these throughout your playthrough, just depending on the situation, enemies you're going against, so just keep that in mind. For now, I got the large capacity corrosion resistance on. Since towards late game, you tend to fight a lot of corrosion type enemies, acidic type enemies, so that's why I keep that on. LADA shock cartridge for the next one here for defensive parts, the third slot. You might swap this out for arch disruption cartridge or break cartridge, but it depends on the situation. And then of course, the universal one I have here is the fiber reinforced liner, as usual with these builds. This may even, extend to strength builds I do later on, as well as the technique builds. Sorry, I meant motivity only builds. I consider motivity strength type builds and technique to be dex, so forgive me, but I'm probably associate those with those. Let's jump into the P organ skill tree here, and similar to what I did for the saw blade balance build, this is going to be focused on, you know, doing stagger damage, high stagger damage, and fatal art damage. So let's see here, got the increase pulse cells 1, and then putting here enhanced fatal arts attack 1, enhanced guard regain recovery. Then I want to pick up link dodge, put in enhanced charge stagger attack 1, and enhanced pulse cell recovery. Pick up add fable slots, perfect guard fable charge enhancer, you want slot in there, enhanced weapon attack when durability is at maximum 1. Once again, don't have to do it in this exact order as far as like the, you know, as far as like the perfect guard fable charge enhanced 1 or enhanced weapon attack when durability is 1. You don't necessarily do it there, you can always swap it around to something else as long as you have it. Then increase staggerability window 1, increase stagger duration 1, lowers charge attack stamina consumption 1. Then we'll pick up increased pulse cells 2, put in here enhanced charge stagger attack 2, increase pulse cells 3, and then add amulet slot 1, lower guard regain reduction 2, perfect guard destruction enhanced 2, and then retain guard regain 1, enhanced perfect guard destruction 1, enhanced guard regain recovery 2, and enhanced pulse cell recovery 2, enhanced fable arts attack 2, increase pulse cells 4, reduces stamina consumption from dash. That's how to put in there as well. Then add amulet slots 2, lower weapon durability consumption 1, perfect guard regain recovery, quick wishstone use, and then increase special grindstone uses, lower natural recovery upon weapon attack 1, lower damage while dodging 2, perfect guard fable charge enhanced 2, and then lastly increase staggerable window 2, increase stagger duration 2, increase pulse cells 5, lower charge attack stamina consumption, special grindstone increases effect duration 1. Like I said, if you want to swap any of these out, experiment, I encourage you to do so to find, you know, it's more better to your playstyle what you want to do. This is not the end all be all by any means. Souls games and Souls likes are all about having fun, experimenting, trying different builds out, variations of builds. So, but there you have it. And that wraps up this build guide video. I hope you enjoy this. Hopefully it was helpful. And want you to try out this weapon, this type of build. I know this has been very similar to a lot of my other quality builds so far, but it's kind of hard to deviate from, you know, what works really good in here. Like as far as when it comes to a quality / balanced build, unless you decide to, you know, go elemental focus or something like that, you could do that. But don't worry, I've got some more crazy type builds coming for Liza P. You want to do my technique and advanced focus type builds, as well as the motivity strength build. So stay tuned for that. Please smash that like, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss anything on here. Plus the likes will help push this video to more eyes on YouTube. My name's Mike. Thank you for watching.